Today we are fixing one of Nissan's biggest failures on this car. For some reason they decided, excuse the mess, they decided to put a clock on this far right gauge instead of oil pressure. Oil temperature, battery voltage, clock. Never mind that we have a clock here as well as a clock there. We need a third one there. So we are going to be fixing that today by adding an oil pressure gauge. I've done the wiring already and I'm going to walk you around how I did it. So the gauge that I'm using is an AEM oil pressure gauge. This specific one goes up to 150 PSI, and I mean AEM is one of the largest gauge manufacturers around, so should be the right one. If you are curious as to the part number, now to mount the gauge, I actually had a custom pillar made, and I'll explain why. For some reason or another, 370Zs do not have a lot of gauge mounting options. Kind of a missed opportunity, to be honest. So you have a couple options. You can drill into your dash, not doing that. But you can actually, this is interesting. You can actually retrofit these gauges, but it is kind of a pain because these are actually all one unit. You could also put it in here and mount it behind right there, but I want to be able to view it when I'm on track and not have this open. I opted for the A pillar. This specific pillar is from ES Customs NY, is from New York. And I actually talked to this guy, Eric, and he creates a molded gauge mounting for your OEM pillar. This is actually my OEM pillar. It's been missing for about 4 weeks and he was working on it. I did chip it because I tried to test fit this, and I'm going to have to sand it a little bit. He did mention that you might have to sand it. Personally, I think that's going to look the cleanest and also be the most functional because it's exactly where your line of sight, can easily look to. So if I'm on track and I see, I have 5, PSI of oil pressure, yeah, I should probably pull over. Okay, let's see if this fits in. It's a little tight, so I'm gonna sand it down. Okay, yeah, fits in nicely. Just needed a tiny bit of sanding. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, what I don't know is if I even have to use the fasteners that AEM provided. There's 2 prongs on the back of the gauge. You can probably see them through there. And normally these would be used to kind of smush it together. I actually don't think that these are going to be needed. To be honest, this was a very tight fit. Now I'm going to show you guys how I did all of the wiring. So I used a fitting adapter that mates to the stock oil temperature sensor. This is linked down below, and it essentially just adds a 1/8 NPT fitting on the side for the AEM sensor. It's a pretty easy solution to track oil pressure without having to drill and tap the oil pan, for example. It just runs up. I mounted it through this wiring, kept it right there, and then it goes through the firewall right there. Goes through. This is where I chose to extend the wires because it's an easily accessible location. You notice the 3 wires, that's what you're going to need to extend. This is pretty easy. This is 22 gauge wire, so make sure that you buy the correct gauge. AEM uses 22 gauge. I spiraled this, so I just stuck it to a drill and made it a little bit easier so it's all kind of one continuous wire instead of 3 separate ones. And then from there, I poked a hole in this, I'm assuming it's like a second ECU. Maybe that's the main one, maybe it's a secondary. From there, I went under the footwell, grabbed that, routed them through there. I still need to clean this up, and I'm going to zip tie them so they don't fall down. Routed them through there. It goes behind this plastic trim here, and you can take this knee pad off. Once that's off, I routed through the holes, and yeah, I don't know if I don't know what this mysterious yellow crust is. I hope it's not vomit. Routed it through there, and then we come along The driver's side, the wire goes again through the knee pad, goes up behind this plastic trim, goes over behind the OBD2 port, drops down, and I'm going to secure it kind of behind the plastic trim that goes here. And then from there, it just goes up behind this trim all the way till it falls out here. As for how I'm getting power, I'm using an add a fuse right here. That's where my add a fuse is. I tapped into the cigarette lighter. The ground is right there, which is a perfect spot. I just used a little terminal connector. Plug it in first. You can see how it lines up. Okay, get a little bit more flexibility. All right. Whoa. Okay. I think I got it. Okay, so there we go. That is the oil pressure gauge installed. Now I can accurately read how much oil pressure the engine actually is making. Overall, it was pretty easy to install. It's definitely a little bit of finagling wires and just making sure that everything looks clean, but now that it's in, it's working, and I'm hoping that it stays working. So let's go take the car for a drive and see what sort of oil pressure we are now seeing with our newfound gauge. Okay, so now that we are fully warmed up and idling, I'm seeing about 21 or so PSI, 22 maybe. This is at 180 degrees Fahrenheit for the oil. From everything that I've read, that seems to be pretty standard. It's a good sign. That means my gallery gaskets are not shot. When I first started the car up on an actual cold start, it was around 80 PSI, and then it slowly tapered down to about 70 after like two or 3 minutes, and then slowly went down to about 50 once it was a little bit, warmer of an idle. And yeah, so now we'll just take it for a drive and kind of see what it looks like. So now that it's fully warmed up, I'm just casually driving around. I'm getting about 45, around 2,000 RPM. And, as I raise RPM, the oil pressure does go up. I would expect that. That makes sense. Yeah, part throttle. Just like leisurely accelerating. Seems like it hits around 80 or so. That's not really giving it too many beans. Cruising around 45 miles per hour at around 2,000 RPM. Was about 40 PSI. It's funny, every single downshift you see it jump a little bit as it raises the RPM. So that was part throttle, hit about 85 PSI. I go up really high. It's 4,000 RPM. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I'm still kind of learning a lot about this. I don't exactly know what is normal. All I know is like as you increase RPM, I'm assuming that just increases oil pressure, and that seems to be the case. I think I should be warmed up enough to get a good reading. That was around 90 or so. Unsure if that's normal. I mean, I think it is. I've read, you know, some forums and just seen what people have posted of their own cars, and yeah, it seems like it hits around 100 when you are wide open throttle. I know there's like an oil bypass valve when you hit a certain PSI, I thought. Could be wrong on that. But yeah, I mean, it's there, it's working. Okay, let's see what a full wide open throttle gives us. Yeah, it looked like just under 100 there, I think. I'll have to watch the footage back, but I think that's what I saw. Yep, so that was just under 100 PSI at wide open throttle, basically at red line, full shifting. Overall, the gauge looks awesome. Eric at ES Customs did a great job. The wiring was fairly straightforward, I'd say. And now I have a way to genuinely monitor my engine's health when I'm on track, when I'm in the garage just idling, so I can make sure that everything's looking good. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll link everything that I used in the video description, and have a good one. See ya.